Well, hello there. Um, I just heard that the Doki Doki Afterimage is the full version is released. Let's see, shall we? Hello everyone, Andy here, and I've just downloaded a game that we played in such a demo mode, or not demo mode, but a demo game a few months ago or a few weeks ago. I don't quite because I nearly forgot about it. And I've heard that they released the full version of the game. Let's play it, shall we? Let's do a walkthrough. Okay. Wow. Wait, Chinese. Why there's Chinese in this game? Oh, wait a minute. I think I saw Chinese characters. Not kanji though. Chinese, pure Chinese character. I think his. I don't use Reddit that often. I have no idea what's the name of the, you know, parts. But Chinese characters in it. Anyway, new game. Winds howling with its last parade riding its horse throughout the carriage. My body abruptly leaned forward. I'm surrounded by countless backpacks, suitcases, beanies, and shoes. Interrupting those glowing screens awkwardly, I step out the subway door. Walking towards the exit, I take a look at the grim sky, imprisoned by cold steels. I buried my face into my collar and walked up the necessary steps, one by one, in order to get up there. Vehicles rushing by brought the moisture onto my face. There are few passengers around, my eyes mostly fixed on the shining leaves while opening up my umbrella. Why do you wear such thin clothes? What? What? I turned to the other side of the alley. Beneath that well-worn telegraph pole, something was looming, as if someone was there. However, there are no signs of walking nor wet footprints. I closed my eyes, then gently opened them, to notice nothing but my heart being tightly grabbed by something I can't quite describe. I walked the path with a rather anxious pace, firmly holding my rain-avoiding tool. Umbrella? Okay. Pale courtyard rails just dragged my eyes there unceasingly. My increasing speed could barely fight back its strength. Memories flood in. Every step prints a dialogue. Water flows into the sewer, wave by wave. It's clearer for me than anyone that if I stop by, even only for a second, I'll slip. It was totally wrong not to follow the GPS. There must be a much way. I'm gonna skip that shorter route. However, my body subconsciously walks on this path ever since I got out of the subway station. Subway station. Who can blame me though? This is where I used to live after all. Luckily, I've got somewhere else to visit. Right? Right? What do you mean? Act 1, low to me. That's a familiar phrase from some psychopath. Uh, don't use it. Man, let me remember awful things. Finally, I start treading past foreign buildings, past those LED lights and plastic counters, then present my well-rehearsed lines to those deceitful faces. We take out our documents, exchange smiles, and show off our teeth, while our tongues stir up saliva. Weaving, weaving, again, weaving polite words into the behaved air. I pick up my wet umbrella by the door and stare at the outside streets from where I stand still. Suddenly, some sad shadows approached my back, dodging its engagement, staggered at the corner. Turns out to be a couple of high school students walking outside, chatting and laughing. I noticed something. Wow, they got the shaking thing. That's kind of cool. It's their color. Their color. That's a good disappear. I just tossed my eyes there until the shades of red vanished behind the expanding angles between us. My fluorescent phone screen tends to become a main role on the stage of the dim sky. I cope with my social labs nonchalantly. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I have no idea what those words mean. Okay, motherfucker. nonchalantly using one hand. Eventually, I turn off the GPS, simply just walk back to where I came. Orange glitter draws my silhouette cautiously onto the window across the street. I dig forward, eyes on the ground, but a sense of warmth stopped me in the middle of the road of this road, in front of the peaceful courtyard. An, an unfamiliar car parked on the side of the house, although it is still a few meters from where I stand. The heat under the hood is hard to ignore, as as is the light behind the window. So after she died, someone moved in. They probably didn't know someone died there. I am curious about which of the family is got the serious room. Gentle melody paints every inch of the room, which with its welcoming color. I could hardly recognize anything through the vague windows, but I'm sure that there are many people sitting around the big table. Wow, you got the cheers. Must be quite a meal. Among their cheerful laughter and clangs of cu- cutlery, two children are looming. You can cook? Really? Maybe you should change the word with eat. You don't believe? Don't beg me for a tasting. Little relaxation from the shower head slips down my eyelids, lingering with my skin towards the last corner where the light could ever reach. Highlights hop from one drop to another, blur everything around me into a soothing steam. My nerves seem to ease a little. Nothing's better than a proper hot shower after a busy yet cold wet day. Have you brought your pillow today? I draw myself up, open the door. Okay, that's an uneasy noise from the original game. I mean, seriously, I fucking remember the fucking sound voice exactly where it is. It first appeared in the fucking Nazi black eye shit and just suddenly got up and ate the energy bar. My forehead banging against the chilly concrete wall seriously, nerves resume onto the cello. Freezing air stabs into my bones with no mercy. Wow, this fucking game, this music's really fucking hitting me. When hard steel wires pierce through my eyelids to pull them up, an aged stoop appears to my sight. Hello? The old man saw me react a little, so he gave it another pat on my shoulder. I saw you standing here for a while now. Are you looking for someone? Ah, um, no, nothing much. Sorry, I was just spacing out. A foul taste of vertigo strikes over me. Street lamps get so gloomy. Pavements start to curve, to fold, to intertwine, expelling my ugly figure out of this silent street. Okay, that's not good. I sit in front of my desk. Wow, nice curtain. I sit in front of my desk, filling with my boring pen. My brain just won't stop replaying at all. And my images get tossed onto the desk and crash into pieces before I could examine them correctly. I look up at my bookshelf that at the least appealing corner. It still lies. Can't fucking read. I still lies there. It still lies there. Pulling it out does begin to awake. I gently turned the pages over along with the inferior lines. Then I picked up the creased paper, unfolded, and folded it onto my palms. I sighed to myself. With the air leaving my mouth, the once floated dust now started to become more visible under my table lamp. The most familiar handwriting in my life lies there faintly, unable to breathe even once. I try to fold it back, yet my body remains limp. Before long, I stand up and walk to the living room. It's probably midnight now, but I still want to take a walk. It's not like I'll be able to know who or what awaits me in my dreams, or another night without any dreams. I managed to reach the doorknob in darkness. What day! I gently open the door. Boo! I'm caught off guard. Staggered back against the door frame, barely maintains my balance. So the serious sprite is gone, obviously. I remember in the demo game there's a serious sprite appearing in this scene. I catch my breath. I catch my breath, then stand up to look at the doorway. What's happening? I swear I've heard something. Wow. Some CM fogs enter my door from the distant darkness outside, forming the tenderest figure in my memory. Wow, what the? Ah, man, this music. Damn, it hits. And my memory at last defends the line of mine. She slowly steps out of a glen far beyond my reach, descend from the celestial, like a helpless star. I feel a salty taste filling my throat. The outline starts to take form. Then she waves a hand before my eyes. She made a mistake to measure the distance. Her hand runs through my face. The thin fogs that get disturbed and then reluctantly gather together again. When she finally released my eyesight, an undeniably familiar face reveals. You still got the fainty fingers and no, they still got the bloody fingers and the neck, right? At least. This music, I have to turn it down a little bit. Sorry, developer, or whoever make this music. It's a little too loud, a little too loud. I can't. Hey, Y0. I tried my best to stay calm, but billions of strings all get intertwined inside my head as worlds begin to falling apart. No, begins falling apart, leaving the Solomon hide behind. Overwhelming tides take down every fortress in the blink of an eye. My body trembles under the heavy air hammer, bashing and smashing. I take a glance at her neck. Behind her half visible sien, there's nothing but a silent doorway, facing the freezing breeze of November. Freezing breeze of November? Where the fuck do you live in, man? I try to remember more, but my efforts become useless behind my blurry eyes. What's wrong? Seeing me wordless, she seems to be a little worried. I close my eyes, forcing them to rotate a little. Tears drip down to my shirt. I dared not to open them. I dared not to confirm. My feet sink down the quicksand. I give in to the surging memory. Let them drag me down to the bottom. Only the cold air reminds me of my delicate presence. Hey! Hearing a call, I open my eyes without any hesitation. The same figure is still there. Fog constantly fades at the edge of the outline, as if she were to disappear. As if she were to disappear into the vast world any second with the blow of storm. Luckily, there's no storm tonight, nor the vast world. I think the CPS changed. Don't know why. Oh, we think we're rolling. Okay, without mind, that's better. Hi, Waziro. Where are we right now? Her voice is very hoarse, but the tone remains heart-lifting, as if nothing had ever changed. I chose my words, edited them, considered them. I scrutinized my thousands of phrases and thousands of lines of poems thousands of times, trying to find the most proper way to reply to her. Finally, I let out a long sigh. You really gave me a heart attack back there. That's a reply. Okay. I reach out to pat her on the shoulder, but my hand just goes through her body, leaving only the darkness around the door. Hehe. It's always so interesting to see you get flustered. I didn't know. I was just about to take a walk outside, and you suddenly. Ha ha ha. She let out a giggle, theme still replaying my earlier reaction. Ha ha. Ha ha. Our eyes meet as her laughter begins to dim. Even though we are standing at a close distance, my gaze seems to be carried 1,000 miles away, traveling to the end of time. Here, where even lights could not reach, I finally found my sky blue eyes. Although they're unable to escape the siege of Stypsian, I remember their original color. I see a limpid tears emerge from there, soaking her pillow, her Mr. Cow, her paper beneath her pen. What? How are you doing? Wow, nice bright. A nice animation you got there. She lowers her head, tears leaking through her fingers unstoppably. Unstoppably. Her shoulders begin to tremble. In the end, she can no longer hold her to collapse to me. I reach out to embrace her. There's nothing I can come up with at this moment. I think a hug is the best thing I can do now. But she goes right through my body as she crashes to the ground. Endless sorrow kick in, drowning and slaughtering. Nice art there. A lightning tears my heart in half. I crouch down to lift her up, to hug her tightly. But no matter what I do, there's only the stone cold air to respond to me. Her crying is the only thing that echoes in my room. Her figure gets stirred to a mess thanks to my movement. The mist is becoming less and less visible. Panic strikes, sending a chill down to my spine. I hastily, I hastily closed the front door and then tried to rearrange the fog into her body, or rather her shape. I put my hands on her back to comfort her. I know physics. Why physics is capitalized P? Should it be? I don't know. I know physics doesn't quite work in the way it usually does right now. That I'm just using my own strength to hold my hands in the air to match the pose of comforting. I hope this will somehow make her feel better, even though I don't believe in the slightest that the warmth can reach her side. But I know she's by my side, and that's that's good. I kneel by her side. I couldn't make out a single word from her sobbing. She buries her face in her hands. Her coral hair stumbles down to cover them as her bow shakes in unspeakable fear. Suddenly I let out a bitter chuckle. Sadness and sorrow could no longer be suppressed under my throat. I memorized that Monday. The chair lying on the floor, and the weight when she fell to my arms. The rough robe still tight her neck like a wolf choking its prey, with the dried blood rusting the air. Morning light gently penetrated her window, but they could never warm her cold body again. Sore, I'm sorry. Once again I tried to reach her, but the result is all the same. It's fine. She wipes her tears away, trying her best to hold the sobbing back, then looks up at me. It wasn't your fault. I just. Her gravely voice is barely recognizable. I can see her throat struggling under that awful bruise on her neck, as if the rope's still there. Did it hurt? She nods. Don't talk, okay? I'll get you some water. I freeze. I freeze the moment I stand up. Stupid. I can only turn around to face her in awkwardness as I find her clutching the end of my jacket. I reach out to take her hand in mine with disbelief. Out of the blue, hers get lifted up by me successfully. Sadly, there are too many details in my reality. Soon I find out that she's just cooperating. However, a small sense of warmth flows out of her fingertips. It disappears before I can pay more attention to it. How are you doing? I I'm fine. Shouldn't you get more water to her before she speak? Get water. She forces a smile. Why? Now's not the time for that. Are you hungry? The sentence pops out my mouth without me noticing it, as I try to change the subject. I. She looks at the ground helplessly. This is enough! Her expression is like tons of rocks covering my chest, making it impossible for me to breathe. I have to do something. I storm in the kitchen, cluelessly searching in the fridge. Finally, I manage to find something that can be called food before I put them into the microwave and sit at the table. She follows me in the kitchen. I turn on the light. That's when I notice that she is not standing firmly on the ground, but rather floating state. You moved? Yeah. I transferred to another school. I couldn't stay around there anymore. I looked at her in guilt. What's this? She points my PS5 in the corner. Ah, that's my gaming console. They began to play games again. He don't know play games. He don't give a man he'll give a man supposed reasonable joy. Okay, I can't fucking god. I bet that you're not attending any clubs either. Well, actually, there are a lot of activities going around the college. So what? You're in college now. You're in college now. Yeah, after all, it's been a while. How long? 4 years. Already 4 years? Look at you. Didn't comb, didn't shave. She walks towards me, mildly touching my face. Geez, you're the worse than me sometimes. Nice bright, she giggles, running her hand through my long forgotten hair. However, it feels like nothing but the plain air. I'm speechless, thinking of it. When was the last time I looked in the mirror? Ah, motherfucker, scared me. What the f? Okay, dude, wait there. What's the history? So what does wait there? Warm smell spreads out all over the kitchen as soon as I open the microwave, bringing at least some ease to the cold night. I put the pasta on the table. Its red sauce seems especially intriguing under the orange light. I have to say, this even makes me hungry. So you have to come for 4 fucking years and you eat a fucking pasta? There's white fur on it. There's mold. You better check. You better check the hell out of it. Her eyes are just about to beam, but it doesn't ease me a bit. I put a fork. Oh my god, I can't see it. I put a fork before her. Wow, this is really nice. A familiar gut ring in my ears. The Sarah I know fully comes back as her hand reaches the fork and prepares a pasta massacre when suddenly the motionless metal stayed where it was like a rope tightening its knot. I clench my fist. God damn it! I curse the fucking pasta in my mind. I want to burn the table. I want to crush the useless microwave. Can't have it. You didn't eat on my. You didn't eat on time, right? I can tell. I smile. No one knows me better than you. Otherwise, why would you bring yourself an actual fork? I take up my fork, yet I can hardly move them. Their weight is beyond all measuring. Stealing all my senses, I can't move them an inch, even if I have the power to rewind day and night. Hurry, it's getting cold. Well, it's still a bit too hot right now since I heated too long, and I want to slap myself in the face. What kind of bad excuse is that? Anyway, I started eating. The food. It's a bit hot. Nice, to say the least. Hot food. It's a bit hot to say the least, but it's not a problem to worry about. I just mix up the sauce with random intertwined curves and stuff wherever it turns out to be into my mouth. Their density decreases in my plate when the last minced meat vanishes behind my teeth. A tear drops to the warmth that lingers above the whiteness. I reach out to take some napkins with my mouth full of pasta. Sarah sits across the table, holding her chin. She seems better. Better? Your cooking is not so bad after all. She taps her finger on the table as her legs dangle up below it. Here's my guess, okay? The more controversial guess. So, ghosts can only touch anything that is existed before she died. Yeah, before she's her death. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, I'm rambling. I'm rambling, aren't I? She taps her finger on the table as her legs dangle below it. Her smile looks so beautiful under the only light that illuminates this empty room. How do you know? I gulped down some water, wiping my face with a napkin. I don't know. It's just that watching you eat makes me feel better. Reminds me what pasta tastes like, I guess. And the looks on your face tells me everything. Ahaha. She'd kill me if she knew this was just some random microwave food I picked up from some random convenience store. Ahem. Ugh. Suddenly she coughs severely. I see her try to touch her throat. I'll drink some more. Man, what the hell? I think I'm crazy, but I guess grasping the straw is all I can do now. I mean, she can't drink. Yeah? So I take down 3 glasses of water in one go. I can take down 3 glasses of water in one go. So like 3 waters, you hold 3 glass bottles or cups and jam it on your fucking mouth. Those so 3 glasses of water in one go. Is that what you mean? Ah man, I think I should stop. I notice that she's scoping too. Her facial expression seems a lot easier now. I recall everything she has done after we meet. How do I know that it is actually working, or she's just pretending to not worry me? I look at the slowly appearing smile on her face. I believe her. Any better? Smiling bittersweet. Just don't touch it, okay? It hasn't healed yet. Say like will heal. Damn. Let me take a look. I walk over to examine her neck. Gosia and Miss cannot hide her pain. I know what their color are supposed to be. The texture of woven robe has been imprinted into her soft skin in cold blood, turning her inner flesh out. The valley that orbits her neck is not even scabbed yet, and the blood is still seeping out from it, drip by drip. The grass shivers with her every breath, and the fiber that hasn't left her neck yet is like millions of sharp blades stabbing into the bottom of my heart without remorse. I'm sorry. It's okay. I said it. It wasn't your fault. It wasn't anyone's fault. She murmurs to herself. I take her hands, watching them. Her fingertips are stained with blood. Wait, how can you take? You can't even take a hand, you can touch it, right? Her fingertips are stained with blood. The nails of the index finger from her right hand has been ripped over. Oh my god. Man, this is really painful. Some fiber. You talk about fiber now, seriously. It's so fucking. Wow. Oh man. Some fiber that still sticks on her thumb. Dried to grilled brown along with blood. All the fingers' condition are probably worse, but I fail to remember more as my eyes water up again. Are you tired? I'll wipe, I'll wipe away my tears. I think it shouldn't be with quote, you know, wipe away my tears. No, she shakes her head. Let's take a walk outside. I want to take a look at where you live. That's when I realize that she is still wearing her thin pajamas and her feet are still bare. That's out of the question, at least. But she just chuckles. What are you thinking? It's not like it can't get any colder since I'm a spooky ghost. Alright, just wait a bit. I'll go grab a coat. I rush to the bedroom, open a wardrobe to take out my warmest jacket. Nice sound you got there, pal. Then, just as Just as I was about to close it, I stopped. I grabbed a beanie, just in case. Motherfucking god. Ah! Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. As Steve Scott of Sierra. Really, sorry? Yeah, really? Oh, you have to learn to watch your back. You'll pay for this. You pay for this, Siri. Well, how about seeing how we'll pay for this mess first? She then begins to check my room, hands behind her back. Would you look at this? Gosh, what even is this? You know what you look like. Guess next you're going to put my name on that list of yours, right? President Sayori? You bet. I followed her out of the room with a beanie in my hands. Then I pushed the doorknob once again and embraced the cold night. Sayori behind my back. So, have we been here before? Doesn't seem so unfamiliar. Yep, yep. I didn't move that far. Remember that forest we used to hang out? It's not far from here since there's a suburb. It's the suburb. Let me think. Ah, is there a lake? Where we buried our time castle by it? I smiled. Yeah, beneath that biggest tree. We walked past lonely street lamps as my shadow gets stretched into the darkness beyond me. I like the art style. Man, it got me. Can others see you? I'm not so sure. Then I just woke up like an hours ago, and I haven't seen anyone else beside you. You just woke up? I look at her in confusion. Yeah, I had a long dream. Like really long. Dream about lots of stuff. I remember hearing you talking with someone, and then when I regained my eyesight, well, you were there, sitting in your bedroom, reading something. But I don't think you noticed me, so that's how you get your first goal. Hey. We continued to walk on the artificial light. About the festival. What happened after, how's Natsuki and Yuri doing? I guess I'll just tell her the truth. From what Monica told me, the atmosphere was a little dim. The festival fell apart due to a lack of visitors. Didn't help that the ones were there didn't really care a bit. And then, of course, well, you know what happened. Monica, what's wrong? Oh, hmm? Oh, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. What happened to our club after festival? Well, we disbanded because there weren't enough members. But I don't remember anything specific during that time. I just don't remember. Alternate universe thing? I gulp. Is it dimmer? I think it's a fucking dimmer. Why? Now that I think of it, the period looks like glass covered with steam. Only ambiguous pictures come into my eyes. The rest is nothing but a blur. I only attended a few days of school after you left. Oh, it's darker. So many things to fix. So many people to inform. I didn't receive any actual help since I really literally got no friends. Hell, even reading those guidelines and filling endless forms were enough to make me a walking dead. I stopped to catch a breath. Your seat, your books, your photo on the glass wall. Too many things to face. I couldn't stay there anymore, so I transferred as fast as I could, just to get away. Look at those stars, they're not aligned properly. Sarah pauses. What about Natsuki and Yuri? Monica. This familiar face names pierces my body, overpowering all my fights and resists. I can't dodge, I can't hide. I can only let the rain of memory soaks me from inside out. I'm sorry. I don't quite remember. I didn't see Natsuki and Yuri after the funeral, I suppose. I don't even remember. I don't even remember their expression at that day. Guess sometimes it's better to just live in person alone. So there's some alternate universe thing. I guess there's some big ass stories right there. As for Monica, pair of emerald eyes. What? Pair of emerald eyes suddenly emerges in my mind an empty classroom. Don't do that. She's. Gosh, why so hard to remember? Stop with the mask! This mask is so terrifying! I frown as if someone worms inside my clothes. This discrepancy memory questions my brain stop unsolvably. I have had met Monica after that. We talked like a lot. And let me guess, in an empty classroom and eating unknown someone's cupcake and talking with this pose, this pose, this pose. I suppose though, but it feels like it wasn't there. Like that wasn't part of it. And when I try to remember more of it, the memory just abruptly jumps to my new school part. It doesn't match. It doesn't make sense. Zero, are you alright? She reaches out my hand. It must be a tough time for you, but it's okay to forget. Maybe it is even a bliss to not remember all of it, right? Let's talk about your college. Returns returning to herself. Sure. Why do you want me to be? Where do you want me to begin with? Start with your new club president. Huh, that's. We walked and talked from my roommates to our new library. From that twisted statue in the campus to the dust deserting their steel eaves. I mentioned to her that I'm keeping a sunflower in my room, and that big fat cat can't even roll herself over thanks to a student street, and some weird fellow sitting behind the bushes, drawing the flow of life. And of course, my new club president. There's still a literature club at my college, which is a good thing, although everyone seems to prefer talking about music and movies. I still keep the habit of writing poetry. I tell Sayori about the notebook I was reading earlier. I keep every one of a poem there, along with my mindless sentences and phrases, from moist to dry, from dry to moist, all the way down until the end of the last page, until what behind the back cover. Dozens? Hundreds? Maybe thousands? I can't quite remember. Jessica can't remember how many colors, how many hours in 4 years, 1 month plus 1 day, nor how many seconds in 36,784 hours. Time never gives you a break. I was lingering in my comfort zone just a minute ago. Then I got thrown away into a place where two parallel lines meet a minute after, chasing the glassy butterfly at the edge of my reality. Act 2. There seems like the 5 acts. Save me. So save, which save? Save the file or save the life? Why zero? She was her hand before me. I'm pulled back to reality. The sun is revealing itself behind the sea and sky. We sit on the bench along the street, watching the bustling students crowding towards the school gate. Looks like we somehow wandered to our high school. Is everything okay? You're spacing out again. I'm fine. I want to take a look inside. She leans back against the bench. Under the bright morning light, her smiling cheeks seem so insignificant. Sunlight penetrates her ghost outline, making it more and more invisible. I can't almost figure out those details inside the mist, like the dew retreating to the blue sky. Her body is disappearing in the noisy lights. Sayori! A crowd out subconsciously. I feel gaze nail into me. Huh? I'm losing you. What are you talking about? I'm here, dummy. The curve of her lip is looming in thin air. You won't be able to leave me hanging this time. Come on, man. I'll stick to you wherever you go. Ah, man, I want to drink water. Fucking God. I felt a cold sweat lips down my forehead. I could I I could look for my old uniform if. What about mine? It's okay. I have. It's a bad joke. What do you mean? I I didn't quite got that. Um, Okay, whatever. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that, but don't you have the courses to attend? It's nothing. None of them matters. Okay. So what's next? We have back? No, we have breakfast. Say more, Pong. I stand up and walk forward the moment I've finished my sentence. Hey, wait for me. What's with the speed? It's a surprise. What? She threw out to the front of me, walking backwards. Suddenly a stranger passed through her, disturbing her figure to a mess. Hey! The fog. Wow. The fog. The fog reforms after the stranger leaves. Watch yourself. What is it? Won't be a surprise if I tell you. Please. She runs around me in pure curiosity. Do you feel any? Do you feel anything when others run through you? Don't change the subject. Oh, and here we are. We walked down the sidewalk for a while before we reached the bakery. I think they changed the bakery image, the bakery scene. That's pretty cool. A lady is tidying up the mess of the rushing hour. Morning, miss. I would like 4 cinnamon buns. Wow! Siri jumps off the counters, eventually ending up staring at those decent pastries. Like you can't eat. At least you can smell, I mean. I make my way to the checkout as her typical exaggerated voice echoes in the background. I can hear her wolfing down the food anxiously and those rusty wheels of the school gate grinding against the concrete. We are fired off like an arrow, leaving its bow, pointing straight into the school building, with our plastic bags flying behind us. I really need to get some water, sorry. Damn. I'm having two sore throats as Siri have. Don't know I'll be hanged next morning or not. Hurry, just eat it. Siri is radiating her excitement from all over her body. And happiness across the end of her hair to reach my palms, then drips all the way down to those steaming buns. Little nervous, I pay the cashier. When the cashier walks away, I ask Siri in a low voice. She really couldn't hear you. I wonder if Natsuki and Yuri can. I'm not so sure about Yuri, but Natsuki, she's probably gonna pass out. Nah, Natsuki's not that timid. It's not about timid. That's un un that's oh my god. That's totally unscience. So the science in science, you know that? I wolfed down the fourth and then one go. Sir looks at me, satisfied. Good? You bet. I laugh. Fancy anything else? Any handle? Won't hurt to just bring them back. In that case, I want this, and this, and that, and that, and this one seems good. Oh, I almost forgot the cookies. I've just made myself another bad decision. Okay, that's enough. My fridge not gonna hold it. Hey, I just don't see you like this very often. She looks at me, or rather the two big shopping bags in my hands. I can only make up some compromising face, but these pastries are seeming heartily. I guess I'll trade anything with the world as long as she's happy. Here's the position last time the demo end. Where did the demo end? I'm like a 40-year-old man, can't really keep my ass up. I can't. I can't hold it. Let's take the bus. I lean against the wall to catch my breath. No, you should take more exercise. That's easy for you to say. Don't forget. That's easy for you to say. Don't forget who am I buying this for. Alright. Don't be that fast since we already walked this long, right? I got my phone to check the map. It's 13.3 kilometers on the GPS. You don't walk 13.3 kilometers, don't you? 30.3 kilometer is a long way, I'm telling you. It's not that short. Oh, that far? Given this, I refuse to walk a single step. I try to reach the nearest bus stop. Unbelievably, again I try to look at the sign, line to line, up and down, but still fail to find my answer. Looks like we have to walk. I lift up the two bags, stepping forwards redundantly. So we're getting back. Okay. I dig in my closet all the down until I finally look, find my outfit from the past. How do I look? I suddenly adjust my tie and turn to Sari. He looks like someone who's about to be late for his club. Late? You meant age late? Oh, she meant messy. Oh my god, I'm pretty bad at this shit. My collar is rather unwrinkled, leaning against my neck. The edge of my sleeves have been worn out to its inner fabric, and those threads coming out of my sweater are seemingly telling the story of my lost time by my washed out tie and tightened seam. Not so bad, at least now I'm falling apart. Once again, I neaten my collar a little and button my blazer up. Hmm? There's something in my pocket. I fumble inside it. I take out something utterly soft. It's a worn out note that I didn't take out before washing it, apparently. Whoops. It's obviously that get out of my head thing. Right? Right? What is it? I don't know. It's something I didn't take out while washing. I took off my blazer, turned my pocket over cautiously, and peeled the note bit by bit. Followed the times carefully, some wet, soaking up by the water, staying in my pocket for God knows how long, so recognizable. It's really like 2Y0. Oh, it's not. Oh, it's not. That's kind of good. At least it's not the get out of my head thing. Now it's 10:48 p.m. I don't want scared. Got scared. Sari preempted me before I say it. Indeed, those blunt angles and specific strokes alone indicating Natsuki's style. I opened both palms and not synchronously to avoid mismatched lines. I could at least come up with three possible time points. I see Natsuki walking my side classroom quietly, approaching my seat, taking one of my looks at her paper. It slides in my pocket. Wrote, Yuri, she wants to favor, submit, rough week, Benjamin, one, none, her. Anyway, come on, man. What the hell? That's a long ass letter. And the freaking background is not scrolling with the fucking poem, man. Possible that means specific gift about I really love the series cabinet if you're even old. I know. You apologize for I'm so scared. So stop possible use that's like Umo there. But forget this cake now got the time. 10017. So and rubber to a mess. I'll make my best effort to read those words. Deciphering the original meanings from their fleeting figures. Even so, wait a minute. Wait, what's the last part? That's clearly not Monica. What's the last part? I think the last part is Natsuki. Wait a minute. I should save, man. Actually, I want to look the fucking note again. Even so, most of them just lost what they got for within the lines and paragraphs permanently. I turned to the back of it. Indeed, there are 40 sets of numbers. I'm guessing that's their phone numbers and email address. Why there isn't Monica's though? Unless the is not here. I look up to find her sitting by her window. with her eyes slightly closed. Is she sleeping? Yeah, we stayed up all night after all, not to mention the long walk home. Leaving her to it, I put on my laptop, trying to insert one of my addresses into it. I love the profile picture of this email. This isn't ASCII style at all. I remember chatting with me online. It's impossible for a person like her to use this kind of image. Did I typed in the wrong number? Open the note and take a second look at an ambitious one. A few more new accounts popped up after I changed those uncertain numbers. I don't feel like ASCII. This is confusing. There won't be as much trouble if it gets confirmed at the beginning, but now I really can't decide which is which thanks to the choices. Hey, I mean, it's 4 years, man. 4 years can really change a lot of things. What if she changes? It's been 4 years, right? What if I send something sincere to a complete stranger? That would be extremely awkward. Didn't she give me her number before she visits my house? That's right. How could I forgot something like that? I opened my contact list, searching for a name, recalling something backwards as I lift my thumb off the screen, leaving the list dialing down its own. I didn't just throw my old cell phone away. I've also deleted all my past acquaintances. What a great job, Boy Zero. I just have to move on to Yuri's. What is this besides her phone number? I mean, I thought it would be her email address since Natsuki is writing her own. But in the email format, there's some words there, some strange blanks between. Is this some sort of emailing address? I want to check if there's sums here or not, because there better not, Mr. Developer. This is something for missing in the physical typewriting, though. Maybe it is, but these words are too vague to tell. I can't get exact information from them. I push the chair backwards, then some to check Sayori. That's very cool. I sit next to her. Her right hand is gently placed on the balcony, seemingly faint under the sunlight. I put mine on her, matching the outline. Thin fog crossed the back of my hand like a shadow, gently licking my surging veins. A weird pulse started to spread to my palm, making the blood on my flesh synchronize with something. I stared into her temporarily peaceful eyebrows. The storm was wiping the field over all along with all the existing orders. Before the overwhelming leaves and grass returned to the ground, there was somebody sneaking in the right. Dark machine arm dig into the moist earth from beyond the sky, turning all the straws over, and carve the noise of gasoline into them. Metal wheels is rapidly spin. The fucking god. The accuracy of math and eyes, all of this compromising and glitching. Seas, they're forced to stare at their mother's roots and to watch them get shredded apart by the blades. Grab pride and tear, cram, swell, and stain, along with the sorrow. Some reflection, then soaking warm. Numb smell covered in weariness. I open up to see the night outside. Night? The black face on the ceiling. The emerald eyes spinning within. Motherfucker, you fucking god. Oh, man. Okay, I'm more timid than Sam, okay? Fucking god. Stare at her in silence. Oh, you finished? How long? How long have I been sleeping? Or was this racing horse, a sandpaper grinding concrete, only surviving moisture struggling inside gravel siege? Not too long, like half an hour. I take the mug by my hand, adjusting its angle until the curved train so it's completely blocks my view as a chilly liquid streams down my throat. Seeing my throat going up and down, there's an odd understanding tying us together. The brush. The brush wipes the dust of chalk off the blackboard, and her voice gets back to timid temporarily. Did you ever get in touch with them? I was just about to talk with you about that. The letter is not so easy to read, but I paused, touching the edge of the mug with my fingers. Did you tell me what happened? I don't like this, pal. I had her right in the eyes. Light blue turns deep seeing in the darkness among the surging river in the steep alley and howling fire in the forgotten woods. My thought is finally confirmed. She looks into the floor. We're all preparing for the upcoming conversation, this dreadful silence. In the end, she responds with a sound that is tiny enough to be a fiber detached from the news. Yes, bounds a gargantua in my ears within a split second, just like the mountains rising and falling behind her back. It's Monica. Don't flash me, pal. That allows from the personal release image in my brain. Monica was right. I should just stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. But what did Monica do? I note these words out letter by letter. The rest of my sentences get loaded into my magazine one by one. She stopped for a bit. Then all of her emotions burst out uncontrollably. I don't. Stop it! You two strike my alone the street words. I don't know. 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 Stop it, pal. Damn! She repeats this with blah blah blah. Abyss. Fuck. Sarah, calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Come on. Trying to come to confidence, unlike the previous one. I was throwing out the charge in the back of the time. No, 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 no. I felt a bunch of thorns like a spear going through my heart. I thought I loved the hands that were going to feel. And then it's better to find. Stop it. A pair of emerald eyes. It comes a lot, not like shading the details. I'm going into my room. I'm going to my room. I can't take it anymore, motherfucker. Sleepless night. So at the corner of the empty classroom where I picked up materials for drawing posters. At the doorway. On the kitchen table. In summer blanket. I couldn't figure out who's in the darkness at first, but it got clear and clear. The voice said in more meaning things to my always as replay the tip of my notebook. What the fuck? Am I thralling? I am. Hell yeah.